My bad. Now I'm recording. So let me repeat that. So the Summer Strong group starts on June 20th, and I'm kind of nixing the photographer group, at least for me. If anyone wants to do it, they can, but I'm not going to be promoting it because I haven't had any good luck. So I'm going to promote the Summer Strong group. And one idea I had for the Summer Strong group is there's this necklace on Amazon that says "Strong is beautiful." Megan has one. I wish you could see her because she can model it. But and it's a decent price. I think it's like $12 on Prime. So I think that's the gift I'm going to give anyone that joins the Summer Strong group on the 20th. And I thought I would post a picture of it or model it as one of my proof posts or PS posts when I'm promoting it. So that was one idea I had. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the success you've had with promoting the Summer Strong group. Like, what posts do you feel like got the most engagement, or you got the most people that, that were interested? What worked for some of you guys that have already hit Success Club and promoted that Summer Strong group?
Mine is always Tuesday transformation.
Yeah.
That's where I get most likes. Like, I think last week I had like 100 and something.
And was it you or was it someone else?
No, it's me.
Yeah, I do think that's really important to always share. It's like continually share your story.
And hopefully like next week or the following weeks, I can use some of my challengers.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest day is Tuesday.
What about that one you did of like this, just the swimsuit picture? Didn't that, yeah. I thought that one, Lisa, I thought that one got a lot of.
Yeah, because I tried on all my swimsuits and none fit. So I had to go shopping. So I also got to share the fact that Victoria's Secret had a sale.
Yeah, so everybody was like commenting on it.
Yeah. And I got one of my challengers from that post.
What about that one you did where you were just sitting on the step with how your Shakeology is like changed your life kind of thing, and somebody was like, tell me what you're doing.
Oh yeah, because I put in, like, I used one of those Photofy or something, and I put never forget why you started in like the bottom of my Shakeology glass, and then I put all the reasons why I love my Shakeology, and yeah, that got me another one.
Sweet. Who else? Like, what did you guys get challengers from? What Summer Strong posts or like proof posts that were leading up to that?
The one that I did that had everybody's results around it. So I asked a bunch of people on our team to let me use the results. And in the middle, it had Char's graphic about when Summer Strong was starting. Whatever I said on there.
You got a lot from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just daily posts. Even my 3-day refresh one, I didn't get any 3-day refresh people. Joel got a ton of inquiries for that. But I had people saying, okay, what are you doing when you're not, like, I need to work out. But nobody was like, I want to do the 3-day refresh. They were like, people that it seemed like they'd been watching for a while and they wanted, but yeah, transformation pick.
Yeah. That's one thing that I have slacked on. So there you go. I haven't done those for a couple weeks. So
I posted again this evening, and it was because of you, Kelly, because I was doing coach training, and you said, "Vibe attracts your tribe," and I love that quote. And I used that, and then put about how my life has changed and how people like I normally wouldn't have connected with, I'm now connecting. And again, that sparked some messages.
Sweet. What else? Joelle, what about you and Char?
I don't know. I always get tons and tons of likes and comments on my posts, but I can't seal the deal with people. Char, what did you do? Did you just do the graphic, or did you do?
Yeah, I did the graphic, and I also talked about how my favorite program was on sale, and I got a lot of people asking about the sale. I said this in the last call too. I go hard on 21 Day Fix because it worked for me, and I love the program. I think it's super smart. So what worked for me this month was the combo of having a challenge group on the 6th and also the program being on sale. So I was able to go back and talk to anybody who ever told me, oh, I can't afford it at this time. I was able to say, well, I'll follow up with you the next time the program's on sale. So I had like a list of people. And when the clock hit June 1st, I followed up with them like crazy, being like, the program is on sale. And it was good because I'd already like talked to them about it. So they already knew what the program was. Plus, hopefully they had seen my Summer Strong posts in the kind of days leading up to the sale. Mm-hmm. So they knew I had a challenge group that was going to be starting soon. So I was able to like close a bunch of sales on like the 1st and 2nd, just based on following up on the sale and knowing that I had a challenge group starting soon.
Sweet.
Like I have 12 challengers in the Summer Strong group right now.
Dang, girl. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about that list. Like, did you keep track of people that said, I can't afford it now? Did you like make a note that they said, I can't afford it right now?
Hell yeah. I basically, anytime somebody ever said it's not in the budget, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm going back to work in September, maybe I'll reach out to you then, I always closed that conversation with, okay, that sounds great. And in the meantime, I'll let you know if the program goes on sale. So it was like my window back into chatting with them. Like the second the program went on sale, I was like, yes, this is like, I can pull that list out. And I had like 20 names on it that I just like went for. And like out of those 20, like 5 of them bought it that day that I like messaged them. Like they were waiting for me to come back and say, guess what? It's on sale. And they bought it like immediately.
That's awesome. Sweet.
Also, I really think that our topic is a huge help. The fact that we're doing Summer Strong and it's not necessarily a slim down challenge. I feel like the fact that we've said we're throwing in additional weekly challenges and prize draws and talking that up a bit, I think has done really well in the people that I've been trying to connect to. I mean, I even had a couple photographers that want to be, they're like, no, I don't need the photographers group. I want to be in the Summer Strong one. Because I was like, well, I have 2 running. One's based on this, and one is specifically going to give you these photographer tools. And they're like, man, I don't need the tools I want to do.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I think we were talking about this in the message thread that, and I don't know who made this point, and maybe it was you, Jody, but I was like, oh, that's such a good point, that because I was saying how like I messaged like 20, I mean, I have like, this is my list and this. These are all the people who have said no to me. I'm like getting so ticked off. But I think you're right, because the focus is on being strong. So it's just a different, like, yeah.
At least that giant list that you have is going to pay off in the months to come.
That's right. And I am still following up like a boss with these people. Like if they're ignoring me, I'm still following up. If they said no. And that was something I was going to mention. So we're talking about today's theme for our meeting is talking about like our things that we're all personally struggling with. I think it'd be cool to hear everyone's, different challenges. And then as a coach, and then how to overcome them. So that was my challenge. Like I was getting so ticked off. And then I had that idea to promote the Beachbody on Demand. And that just like made me feel a lot better to be like, okay, well, if they say no to me, at least like I'm still leaving the door open. I'm still like, I'm not like just being like, okay, peace out. Like it's still, hopefully I'll still be able to connect with them through that. So I've had a couple people be like, yeah, let's do it. And I don't know if they've signed up yet. That's the part that I'm trying to figure out how to get them to do it right away. Like to actually, I told them, if you sign up within the next 24 hours, I'll add you to my Facebook group, which is just that free Facebook, forever free Facebook group I have. So I'm trying to figure out how to actually, get them to actually like take action on signing up for the free 30-day trial. So I haven't figured that out, but it did make me feel better. Like, okay, well, that's my solution to all these no's is Beachbody on Demand. So one more announcement before we turn it over to and hear everyone's we start our problem solving session. I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if you guys follow Cozy Folsom. She's Micah's sister-in-law, but she's been doing the Ultimate Refresh, and I'm like so inspired by her. It's a 3-week program, and it's all food-based. And she lost 17 pounds. She looks freaking amazing. And I just really want to kind of focus on eating better. So, I want to do, my sister Jill, who's a discount coach, she and I kind of want to start it. So I thought I'd put it out there to anyone in the team that wants to do it with me. I think we're going to start on the 20th and go for 3 weeks. So I'll probably buy it tomorrow on payday. And it's a little bit pricey, but I just really think it'll help me like just focus on the food aspect of everything. I mean, 21 Day Fix does, but you know, after doing that for like 2 years, you kind of just, I don't know, I'm a little bored with it. I need something that kind of pushes me a little harder. So I'm going to try Ultimate Reset. If anyone wants to try it with me, let me know.
It's actually not available for Canadian coaches or customers. So,
bummer.
My Canadian peeps, I wanted to do it actually right before I ended up doing the 3-day refresh, but my goal was to do the reset, the Ultimate Reset, and you can't buy it. Canadian.
If you have a U.S. coach friend who really could use some volume, for you, and then send it over.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we can do it. We can do it, and we can post about it that way. But then we can't really sell it to our Canadian customers and challengers. So it kind of takes the wind out of the sails a little bit.
That's annoying. I wonder if you can buy it at Summit, because you could buy. There was almost everything. You could buy almost anything and everything at that Summit store. I can't remember the name of it.
Core?
What?
The Core?
Yeah, the Core. So I wonder if you Canadians could buy it while you're at Summit. Take it home. But again, can't really sell it to your Canadian friends. The only thing that sucks though, because I was like, well, maybe I'll do a challenge group. But I guess the challenge pack for Ultimate Reset is $275. So if you want Success Club points, you have to sell it in a challenge pack, and that's going to be a hard sell. But Cozy said after she got the results, she did have some people buy it from her.
Wow.
So anyway, I'm just doing it for my own personal goal. So wanted to put it out there.
Is it just like doing the 3-day refresh for like 3 weeks?
Some people have said it's easier. I wish Lisa was on here. She said she's been doing it. Lisa Scott.
I thought she was on here.
Is she? I don't see her face.
Yeah, she was.
Lisa Boucher's on here, but not Lisa Scott.
Oh.
So yeah. And then I see Joelle said she wants to do Cozy's free clean eating barbecue group.
Ooh.
That would be fun.
That would be fun for summer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could be like a Canada Day, 4th of July.
Yeah, that would be a good one for July. Okay, so I'm going to open it up to you guys. I already kind of shared my struggle and my solution, and I don't want this to be like, I don't know if you guys saw my post today, my quote by Gary Vaynerchuk that says, it's a really good quote. It said, the quickest tell that you're not a winner is that you complain. Complaining is literally a zero return investment. So I don't want this to turn into like a complaining session because it doesn't do us any good. I just thought, like, let's put it out there, things that we're struggling with. And I think that all our heads together, we can like mastermind and brainstorm some solutions together, because I think some people's problems are other people's strengths. So who wants to share something they need some help with or ideas on?
I will go.
Okay.
So a lot, actually most of my challengers cancel their Shakeology order after the first challenge pack that they buy. They don't continue on with Shakeology. they find other substitutes, or they just do it without Shakeology. They continue on their fitness journey. They just don't continue with Shakeology. It's too expensive, and there's like a whole list of reasons. So how do you then broach the subject of coaching with people who aren't even interested in continuing on with Shakeology? Because part of discount coach aside, part of the sell is like, well, at the very minimum, if you sell challenge packs, you can break even on your Shakeology. And I think that really gets people interested. But if you can't even say that, what the heck can you say to get people into sneak peek groups and interested to learn more about coaching if they're not even interested in drinking Shakeology?
I don't know. I feel like Shakeology for me was like a side, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't even part of why I started coaching. I did like Shakeology, so that helped. But at least for me, that wasn't even a factor. So I really don't think that should even be a stumbling block. Like I still think you can talk to them if they're like, oh, I don't want it at a discount. Well, that's fine. But some of them might want coaching for the fitness accountability or the extra income, or you know what I mean? There's so many reasons why people become a coach. And I feel like there have been some people who didn't even really like it. I mean, like Stephanie Butler, she doesn't even drink Shakeology because she has issues with it. But she's obviously killing it as a coach right now. And she talks about how her family drinks it. Like I think her husband and her kids drink it, and she has drank it. She has experience with it, and she knows it's good for you and everything. It just doesn't agree with her. So, so Shireen, share your story.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even drinking Shakeology when I signed up as a coach. In fact, Kelly can testify. She's like, here's some samples. You can try it out. Hey. But that really didn't have anything to do with why I became a coach. So it just depends on the person, I think. I have 4 challengers right now who are sisters, and they all bought 21 Day Fix, and they are all drinking isogenic shakes. And I'm just continuing to, let them participate in challenge groups because they really love the accountability, and they did buy the 21 Day Fix. And I just hope that someday they'll change their minds. So
yeah. Because Shireen said, Shireen just bought a DVD, and she said that once she was in the challenge group, she saw the customers. I think this is why it's important to talk about Shakeology a lot in your challenge groups, is she saw the other challengers posting about it, liking it, and she was like, okay, well, maybe it does taste good, because she thought,
okay, yeah.
So it was like peer pressure, kind of.
Positive peer pressure.
Yeah. So anyone else have any thoughts for Shar?
I don't have a thought on that, but I do have a question kind of going along with that. I've had the same thing with people only ordering for the month and then canceling it. So what do you do to help them realize that the success that they're having, Shakeology is a part of that? Do you guys share? I was thinking of maybe starting with everybody that signs up, having them watch, the video on Shakeology or something, but I feel like they're just like, I can do it. And I have a guy going through the program, and he just canceled it, but he's lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. He's been doing awesome, and he is highly addicted to food, and especially sugary. So I'm afraid that he's just going to fall back into it. Uh-huh. I don't know how to tell him to be like, dude, do you not realize that this is part of your success? How do you go about sharing that and helping them realize it's important?
Yeah, Jody and Tara both raised it.
Tara, you go ahead.
Oh, and Joelle. You got 3 answers.
Well, I have a couple of people that did it for a month. They had really great success with the Shakeology. They liked the Shakeology, but then they canceled it just for money reasons or whatever. And so I kept them going in the challenge groups. I'd invite them to each challenge group and be like, hey, do you want to keep the accountability going? And a lot of them that have canceled it have joined back up with it because they see it after a couple months, oh yeah, that really helped that month. and they had more success with it than without it, even with the accountability. And so they ended up signing up for discounts later. So
Yeah, I think that's why it's important to have like either always roll them over to the next group or have a Forever Fitness group, because they can see other people drinking. Again, it's that positive peer pressure.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Joel?
I was just going to say, even just follow up with him and be like, hey, how are things going? How are your, like, has he been open with you about like cravings or like, yeah. So I would just be like, how are your cravings? Like, are they less now after doing the program or drinking Shakeology? Like, I know for me, Shakeology really helps with that. If I'm craving something sweet, I have my chocolate shake or whatever. Maybe just kind of bring it up nonchalantly like that.
Yeah, to add to that, Joelle, I always wait until somebody, like a challenger, comes with a issue, like, oh, I'm losing motivation or I'm feeling really snacky. And my first question is always, well, have you had your shake today? And I just kind of like reinforce that, like, when you start slipping, it could be because you're not staying on top of, drinking your shake every day. And that could be why your motivation's lacking, or you're feeling extra snacky, or you're having sweet sugar cravings. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, no, I haven't had my shake. Maybe I should drink it tomorrow and see how I feel. And then, I don't hear for a few days. So I assume all is well.
Yeah.
It's just like positively reinforcing you. Whenever they come with an issue, just like positively reinforce it. Make it like a key to their success,
That's a good idea. Like, always make that the answer, the solution. Because it helps so much. And when I was visiting my sister in Seattle, I thought she had some Shakeology, so I didn't bring mine. And she was like, oh yeah, we're out. And I was like, I have to like go 5 days without it. And so I guess they got a replacement. They have this other crappy protein shake. And so I tried it because I was like, well, let's see how this one does. And I was like, okay, this tastes like crap. It's not as filling. Like, it's kind of good. Veronica was saying this too. She said she tried one at Costco. Like, sometimes I think it's good to be like, put it to the test. Like, try it out and see how, I know that sounds scary and risky, but especially when someone's saying, or like kind of, when you have like a potential customer and they're like, oh, well, I've heard about these other ones, or, when they're it's kind of like a Shakeology war. I don't think it's good to be like, well, ours is this, and kind of fight with them about it. I think it's good to be like, put it to the test. Like, try it for a month. And if you don't love it, like, you can totally return it. And then I tried it. That other one, I was just like, bleh. And Veronica did the same. She tried one from Costco and she was like, didn't make me feel as good. Like, yeah, it was way less, but it wasn't as effective. What were you going to say, Jody? To Shars?
Well, okay, so, oh, no, I don't know. Okay, so for example, I have a possible challenger today who did sign up, and what she said was, I got to do what you're doing, but I know Beachbody's expensive, I'm really busy, I have no time, I have no money, blah, blah, blah. So she was kind of giving me all the excuses right away before I'd even said anything back to her. And so, one, I used voice messages so that it was a lot more personal right off the bat. And 2, whenever I talk about Shakeology, because I know when somebody's saying right away I have no money, that's the part that's going to bother them. That's the part that they can live without, right?
Yeah.
And so I always say what it's done for me. So regardless of if they've asked about Shakeology or said anything, whatever, I always tell them what it's done for me, and that all the challengers are going to be doing it because that's how they're going to maximize the results in that first month. So for me, it's like, I say, I gave me more energy. I was able to, and most people know that I'm a photographer, so it helped me get through 3 to 4 hour sessions. It's helped me to have more fullness through the day. So like those basic ones that they'll see those right away. But as well, I'll say, it to help keep my milk supply up when I was nursing, which I honestly didn't ever have a problem with milk supply before, but I say that it helped do that because it did. It helped me to be hydrated, right? And things like that. And I know that it's done that for other people, but I don't want to send a huge long message that says, well, I know they did this for this person, and I know that it regulated somebody else's period, and I know that, da, da, da. So I say kind of all those things that I know that it's just doing, as and I'll say it's part of me too. But the one thing that I said to this challenger today was it helped with my anxiety. And so that was something that I could easily attribute to being a coach and how that has helped me as well. But I really do think that my Shakeology and doing that every day helped with that. And I have another challenger who it really helped with that as well. So right away, she was like, ding, that's the thing that I need help with. So I'm going to give Shakeology a try. And she signed up right away. When like literally 30 seconds before, she was saying how she had no money. She didn't think Shakeology was going to be the part that she needed. And how could she do it for super cheap? And so anyway, I just think that saying those things from the beginning are going to kind of get in there a little bit more. But I thought that part of the question that you asked was, how do you get them to keep it? Was that part of your question? Okay.
Stephanie's, yeah.
Okay, so for me, I am like awesome at getting discount coaches. So I will honestly, and Kelly and I have a fight about this because Kelly's really awesome at getting people to sign up as coaches right at the beginning. And I'm always like, ooh, I know that works, but I can't do it because I know I can get them to sign up as a discount coach and get me another 2 points. So I don't necessarily recommend that you do what I say over Kelly because hers definitely works too. But for some reason,
it works for you, really.
I'm really good at getting them to be discount coaches. So for me, what I'll say is I'll be like, just super relaxed and super like, yeah, for sure. Let's just get you seeing how you like it. If you love it, then we'll talk about, and I can show you my scripts or whatever, but then we'll talk about getting it for you at the discount. And then I follow up weekly. I always make sure they watch my video on how to make your shakes, because if they have that one shake that they hate at the beginning, it might be hard to like get them to commit later on. And I always like talk about how much I love them on a regular basis and how I'm not like living without them. So I kind of talk to them throughout the challenge, but then at the end, I'm just kind of like, hey, okay, so you know what? Like, let's get your shakes at a discount. And I'm just also kind of nonchalant about, okay, if you don't want, like when I send them the initial challenge pack info, sorry, I'm rambling. I say, you know, yeah, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Okay, what I was saying was, I'll be like, yeah, just really nonchalantly, like everybody's doing it for the first month. If you know you're not loving it, we'll make sure we cancel it beforehand. No biggie. If you're loving it, we'll get it at a discount. And so I've already like told them ahead of time that we're going to get it for them at a discount, and they're going to save $20 to $23 a month, depending on where they are. And then I just make sure I do my follow-up at the end. And I'm like, okay, so I know you're loving your Shakeology because I've talked to them throughout the month. And I'll be like, let's get it for you at a discount. What did you decide you wanted to do? And I don't really like try to pressure them to do it, but I'll just be like, you know, what have you decided? And sometimes people are like, no, I can't afford it. I'll be okay. I'll just do something else. And lots of times they come back and are like, oh man, I tried Vega or I tried this or whatever. And it just doesn't cut it. Like they'll know that it's not working. And they'll be able to, like, the product sells itself. They'll know it's not, you know. But more often than not, they're like, yeah, okay, so what do I have to do to get the discount, or what is involved? And that's when I'll like first send a voice message and be like, you know, there's a couple ways that you can get your Shakeology, and I have a written script too, but I just find it works so much better when I'm just like chatting with them. And I'll be like, there's a couple ways you can do it. Most people honestly will just do it, sign up again with a challenge pack, because you're literally getting another program for $10. So you might as well just get another program for $10. And if you're not going to use it, gift it to somebody, or it's your next program that you can move on to. And that's usually what sells them right away. So they're like, oh, okay, I can get my next program on. I can have another month of Shakeology, whatever. And then every month after that, it's going to be 25% off. I'm like, or you can just sign up as a coach. Your coach fee will be waived because you've had a challenge pack before. And I'll just automatically go in and refund it. Like there's nothing special that I say. It's just that I'm so relaxed about it that they don't feel like I'm trying to sell them. And I feel like when they don't feel that I'm trying to sell them, they're more likely to do it, or that they don't feel that I'm trying to like make them sign up to actually coach. So I feel like sometimes that's the downfall, that they do, are like, okay, I just want to be a discount coach, because I'm like, hey, like, you don't have to work the business at all. This is what I did when I first signed up, which isn't actually very true, but I'll say like, that's what I did when I first signed up. I just wanted the discounts, and then I obviously fell in love with it. But like, so many people just get the discounts. You don't have to do anything as a coach. And they're like, oh, okay. I don't know.
I like it.
I ask my Shakeology people once a week to tell me one thing that it has done to benefit their life. So today someone told me her skin is so different, and then someone else told me she has more energy. And I asked them, in case they cancel their Shakeology, I use their own words against them.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, remember how this was helping your skin?
Yeah, remember how pretty you looked in that picture, and now you don't drink your shake? What's wrong with your hair?
That's
Awesome.
really smart. I think you use your words against them in anything. That's why it's important to say, find out their why too, because it's like,
Yeah.
you said you wanted to get because I'm always surprised. I use like the line that's in the script where I'm like, when they're like, oh, well, can I just do it with the DVDs? And I'm like, yeah, you totally can. But pretty much everyone in the group is going to be drinking Shakeology. And if you really want results, like you said you did, then I highly recommend getting it. And I say, just try it. Like, sometimes I think people just need to be told what to do. Kind of like what Jody, some of her lines were just like, just try it, or let's get you going, or, it's like, just try it. I say, just try it, and you can cancel it if you don't want. And I'm always surprised that they're like, okay. Usually they're not like, no, thank you. They're not rude, or they're not, they don't really argue about that. They're just like, all right, tell me more,
When I sell it, I don't even tell them it comes separate. I say you get the workouts and the Shakeology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever tell anybody that, unless they're like pretty adamant that they don't want Shakeology, can they get it without? Well, then obviously I'll tell them, okay, you can get it without. But I don't ever give that option. And if they say they're not interested, usually I'll just be like, okay, and then I'll follow up with them the next month. I won't even bother just trying to sell the.
Yeah, I'm kind of an all or nothing. But if they ask if they can get the DVDs, that's kind of my answer.
Yeah, so Shireen was asking if anybody's had people that throw up.
Throw up? Wow, no. Did you?
Well, I have a challenger who just ordered a challenge pack, so she actually hasn't tried Shakeology. She's really excited to try it, but she bought some Vega shakes that she tried like over a period of a few weeks. The first time she tried it, she threw up, and then she waited a few days. So maybe I'm sick. Then she tried it again. It came up like an hour later. So
Oh, no.
I was a little worried about trying Shakeology.
Oh, this is the Vega, not the Shakeology?
Right. Yeah. So I just don't know. I'm like, she ordered the regular Shakeology because the Vega was all plant-based protein.
Oh, yeah, but Shakeology also, the regular one does also have pea protein, right?
I know, but not as much, right?
Yeah. I did have one girl who knew that green tea made her like have crazy migraines.
Yeah.
And I thought she was nuts. Like, there's like barely anything in it. And sure enough, like, she was like deathly sick with a migraine from it. So the trick is that there's so many ingredients that you don't know what it is that they're having a reaction to if they have allergies, unless they already know what their allergy is.
Right.
I know. I would just be like, hey, there's only I would send her a packet if you have one.
Well, she actually lives by me, and I have some vegan stuff, so I was just going to give her a vegan sample too. And
there you go.
Vegan, however you say it.
Lisa, did you get like throw up sick from a cafe latte?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm allergic to coffee.
Yeah. So there's an example. Like, she knows what she's allergic to, so she's fine, obviously, on the other Shakeologies.
I fought my coffee allergy right until I started Beachbody. I puked daily for like 7 years.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Wow.
And then Jody told me I was nuts, and I stopped.
I was like, you do what every day? For what? I'm like, girl, drink the Shakeology. Drink coffee. Now I hooked her on Energize.
What other struggles or challenges are you guys having right now?
Mine is always being able to get to more things. I don't really think you can help me with it. How do I fit more in my day? Because I always want more. Like, I just want to be able to organize our team files, and I just want to be able to, work on making videos for the team. And I want to be like, it just sucks because I can't let go of more photography until I have a more consistent weekly paycheck.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm good.
I've been thinking about that too, because summer's been tricky with my kids. They're getting older, and they're involved in like Savannah's in cross country and dance and blah. I mean, anyway, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, like today I think I only had an hour that I worked, and so I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to wake up. I'm gonna have to start doing the 5 a.m. club again. Get my crap done.
That's so true.
I think that's the only way to like really get in some solid hours. And then screen time, strategic screen time. What?
That,
up this morning.
That was something Micah said yesterday on the Diamond Call, was talking about setting your business hours for the summer, because summers are so crazy with schedules. And she said you really just have to set business hours and stick to it. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I got to get organized. Like, I want to have like, I'm going to have a schedule where we have quiet time. And so here's kind of what I'm thinking, just in case if this helps anyone else. But I'm thinking I'm going to either wake up at like 5 or at least 6 and get like a solid hour in at least of work. And then before all my kids wake up. And then, of course, they're going to wake up, and I want to help them with their checklist. I posted on last week, their little checklist they have to do. So I'll get them all done with their checklist, and then at 10 o'clock, they're going to have screen time, and I'm going to work again then, and then we'll have lunch, and then at 1, I'm going to have quiet time, and then I'm going to work again. So I'll at least get 3 solid hours in there, and from like 1 to 2, and then after that, I think I'm just going to, do the mom thing. That'll give me at least 3 hours. And I'm like, I've got to be hardcore about it, because today I didn't do quiet time, and my kids were super grumpy. And so that's kind of my game plan. So it's kind of spread out, but.
Yeah, that's always the spot to improve. Wake up earlier.
I know.
Schedule. So I'll make a summer schedule. But the thing is that my kids have to get out of the door and on the bus by 7 a.m. So I'm already getting up that early. And so I think, and then my daughter's still asleep. So I'm like, oh, anyway, this morning I laid back down. There was my downfall. So it's like, I already know.
It's so hard. It's like just the getting up part is hard. But then once I'm up, I am so freaking productive when I wake up at 5 or even 6.
So I think once it's like summer, ideally I can get up at that time, and they're not needing to be like rushed out the door.
Yeah.
I don't have to do those things.
Yeah. I know. I might even get some accountability partners to wake up with me. That helps. Where we like text each other. That's what Stephanie and I were doing. Stephanie Hyatt. You're like, hey, are you awake? It's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I like felt obligated to be like, yeah, I'm totally awake, and get up and do my stuff. Oh, Megan is saying, I love morning productivity. I just can't make myself get up some days. I don't know if it's not me not sleeping well or what. I know. And that's the thing. I think it's really what you tell yourself. Cause like, there's some days where I'm like, oh, I stayed up. If you're, you know, in the Miracle Morning, he says like, people always stay up, which is a really good book, by the way, if you haven't read that. He says people always like, you know, they'll wake up and be like, oh, I'm so tired because I stayed up late the night before, blah, blah, blah. But he's like, if you just tell yourself, like, I'm not tired, like, I got this, like, and Melanie Mitro said that I remember watching one of her videos, she said she just says, I'm up. Like, that's how she talks to herself. I'm up. So anyway, we got to find some tactics for, like, getting our butts out of bed. I know one girl who just hops in the shower right away. So anyway, but I think the thing that helped me the most was having accountability partners that I had to text at that hour. So that's my plan. Any other things you want to problem solve? Megan said, yeah, I need an initial wait, where did that go? Yeah, I need an initial activity to get me awake. Well, and I do think it's hard. I have a really hard time working out very first thing in the morning, mostly because I don't feel like it. I'm still waking up. And then the other thing is because I'm like, for sure my kids are not awake at 5 a.m., you know, or even 6 a.m. But 7, yeah, they might be, you know, so I'm like, I'm okay to work out while they're awake, but I can't really work very effectively while they're awake. So, but I know that when I do work out first, I'm so like energized. It's crazy. So I probably should just do my workout first. Then I'd be like, all right. So yeah. You're up at 6 every day anyway. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Anyone wants an accountability partner, let me know and we'll start like a text group where we're like, get up. Are you awake?
You'll find that as the older you get, the more you just kind of wake up.
Yes, your body's just used to it.
Just does it. Well, I can't sleep if there's daylight. So I should probably, when my husband leaves for work, I should say you should open the blinds. Because then I'd have to but I hate it.
Or even leave the light on or tell him to wake you up. That's what I was like, I need to just.
I know I do, but he says he does, and he says I answer him, and then I don't wake up.
We wake my daughter up by we turn on music and leave it right by her. Like the phone right by her.
I slept right through my alarm the other day. He sent the kids off to school and everything. I'm like, what happened? I don't know. I've just been like crazy tired. I think my hormones are back to normal. I don't know. I'll be better.
Yeah. 5 a.m. club. That's what, I don't know if you guys watched that video I posted where I hit Success Club 37 last June. It was because I was in the 5 a.m. club. I did it like at least half of the days in June. So I gotta do it.
Megan says, let's do Eastern time. So 6 a.m. Eastern? I will do it.
That's, oh my gosh, that's 4 a.m. our time. Oh, geez. 3 a.m. Pacific. I'm going to do 5. Oh, no, she says I'm not going to do 5. Okay, well. Any other? Yeah, 6 is good. 6 is doable. Any other questions, concerns, challenges?
No. I have one.
Okay.
So I'm getting to a point where, I mean, I don't have a ton of friends on my social media anyway, around 600-ish. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting to a point where I am not adding people. Like, I know we need to go and be active in our groups, and I'm doing that, and I'm sending out friend requests, but I just don't feel like I'm adding people fast enough, or I don't know. Any thoughts or suggestions, or how do I do that without totally spamming people?
I see, here's the thing. I hear this a lot from coaches. They're like, I just don't want to be like this weird stranger that's adding a friend. But like, that is how you do it. And people don't think that much of it. Like, when I have a stranger add me, I'm like, okay, except like, I literally don't think that much of it unless they look creepy, or they're like a dude. Then I'm like, second guess. I mean, I'm like a little more skeptical, but it's just a random chick that adds me as a friend. I don't think it's something that you have to think that much about or be concerned about, because so I think I have like 4,000 friends now. And out of that, I probably had maybe 2 or 3 message me and be like, why did you add me as a friend? So I don't think that's something to be too concerned about, because and usually I just add people that are friends of friends. So I think as long as they see that you have even just one mutual friend, that's what I always do, is I make sure we have at least one mutual friend. That way, if they do ask you, you can be like, oh, well, I'm friends with Amy. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I would say, Alexia, to go. I challenged Sarah Chase this last week. I'm like, make a goal, pick a number of where you want to be and give it a deadline. So maybe you want to be 1,000 by the end of the month. And then that's going to like push you to really build your numbers more. So I would say make a goal, give it a deadline, or with a number goal, give it a deadline, and then just go for it. And don't worry about what people think, or because they are. And I was telling this to Shar a while ago too. I'm like, if you don't ask, the answer's already no. Like, if you don't ask them to be your friend, the answer's already no. So who are you to say they won't want to accept your friend request? There are some people that probably have not accepted my friend request, and that's fine. But you never know. You don't find out about those ones, like, unless you go back and double check or whatever. So I would say just go for it and try to reach your goal by certain deadline. Anyone else? It's 8:30, so I guess we'll wrap it up. But these were some good conversations. Hopefully it helped you guys. I think it's good just to know that we all kind of, struggle with different things, and many of them are the same, like waking up early. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys coming tonight and helping each other out. I always learn from you guys. So let's just keep rocking it. This should be an amazing month because 21 Day Fix is on sale. So let's tap into that big time and tap into the sneak peek group. We've got 2 sneak peek groups, so there should be no excuses for getting new coaches this month, because we got places to put them. So tap into that too. Everyone make it a goal to add 5 people to that group. And I'm always like, crap, who am I going to add? But by the time the group's over, I usually have hit the goal of at least 5 to 10 people. So yeah, tap into that and have a good night, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.